Hi, I'm little Jimmy Urine from Mindless Self Indulgence, and you are watching Toasted TV.
Coincidentally, you're still doing this because you believe in it.
Well, the first question is always the easy one for me. Can you please introduce yourself?
Oh, that's the hard one for me. My name is little Jimmy Urine from Mindless Self Indulgence.
We have done an interview before, which was in, I think, August 2008 at the Lowlands Festival. It wasn't me, but Toazted did. Ever since then, you have been on the road, I think, and before that also, and you still look fresh. I mean, is it something that's in your in your blood?
Yes, it just don't take showers. That's the best. That's the thing that you do.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of bands. I've interviewed a lot of bands after months in a row of touring, and especially when they got into Amsterdam, you could see, well, something of tiredness, etc., etc.
Not tired. They're just all high. Yeah. That's it.
Not all of them, though.
Yeah, most of them.
Because how are things going? Because it seems to go like overgrade.
Yeah, well, you know, like I was saying before, we milk it, man. And, you know, if someone's got a gig for us, we do it. You know, if we can come back and hit Europe and then go hit America. It's just a big, now that it's the world, it's like a big circle. You know, you do America, then you come and you do Europe, and you do Australia and Japan, and then by the time you get back over here, it's like, oh, time to do America again. You know, just keep going around and around and around.
Yeah, because that's so Australia for the second time within a year in your schedule, etc.
Yeah, I think we're doing Europe right now. We got, I think, one more show, and then it's, you know, Canada, America, Australia, Japan. It just never stops, never stops. And then here's where I have my breakdown.
Yo supe que nadie iba a comprender tu música, pero tú no me hiciste caso.
I mean, how are your travels? I mean, are you convenient travel or bus travel within Europe, or is it flying from A to Z?
The only time you really fly consistently is when you're in Australia, because they just don't have, you know, it's like here's a town and then it's like desert and then another town. But here, yeah, we just throw ourselves in a bus, and I mean that's great. If somebody said to you, "Hey, I'll have a moving bed for you," you just wake up, then we'll dress you up, and you go berserk, and then you go back to the bus, and we'll provide food and shelter and everything else. You'd probably say, "Yeah."
Yeah, why not?
You say, "Yeah, why not?" Eh?
Yeah, but that's not what something told you, because you guys really did it all by yourself. I mean, you didn't start a year ago. You did start something longer ago.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's
part of the good feeling.
Yeah, the best feeling is the fact that we did it on our own terms, and we got, you know, very successful doing it the way we wanted to do it. You know, nobody really came in and said, like, you should really change that, or don't wear that, or don't say that, and nobody does, so we kind of have this freedom to do stuff live and write bizarre songs, because no one's going like, well, it's got to go to radio, you know.
At some point, I mean, you hit some certain spot, because a lot of people like it, so you found your direction.
I think we've always had a good following, because I think it's when you do something very different, I think people are like, ooh, what's that, you know, and they kind of gravitate towards you. But I think recently, like the press, you know, you guys and everybody else, all of a sudden kind of was like, oh,
finally picked you up.
What's going on? I mean, you guys caught up. We've already been in the future. We were already here in 2009, a long time ago. Yeah. You guys were all like hanging out in 2005, like, oh, we're just gonna do this thing, and then we finally caught up, you know. So you guys are the late ones, you know. We're completely.
As always, you know, journalists are as lazy as hell.
Oh. I don't know. I could probably match you for laziness.
What I think is fun, that's why I'm saying, well, you don't look tired, I mean, you guys are doing exactly what you want to do. I mean, you have a label on which the album comes out, of course, and you can buy it on iTunes, etc., etc. But in what way do you have to really think about what you're going to do tomorrow or the next day after, etc.? Is there a plan, or is it something of, well, milk it and have fun?
There's a certain amount of both. I think there's a sort of throw caution to the wind. Let's just, you know, nail each town, go in each town and blow everybody away. And then, but you know, we enjoy you know, creating stuff. So the graphic and the, you know, sense of it, you know, go, oh, I can make a, you know, you've got a record cover, you could do something with it. Oh, let's do all this arty stuff, or like, you can hire this guy, or you can, you know, wear something, or, you know, you can put a backdrop up that looks a certain way, you know. So we like getting our little hands dirty and having control, you know. So that aspect of it is so much fun, and having sort of done it ourselves, we kind of have that control where we can go, no, we want it to look like this, or we want it to sound like that.
It's not even having control, it's keeping the control. Because there are a lot of bands starting saying exactly the same thing, and then either after 2 years quitting because it doesn't work, or after 2 years having success and then jump over to a major record label and then finish afterwards, because it's not fun.
Well, I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, if somebody's decided, it's never going to be the way it was, but I think that people have that a disillusionment or like an illusion that it's still that way, like it's the 70s where like big record label comes down and gives you $1 million, you go on the road and there's sex and drugs and everything. It's not like that anymore. It's like a job now.
It's working.
Yeah, it's like owning a little store or something. You own a little store and you take that little store on the road and you sell little t-shirts. It's not as decadent and filled with money and drugs as it used to be, But I think it's funny that people still think it's like they see a bus or something, or they see a sold out show and they're like, oh my God,
They should make a lot of money with selling 1,000 tickets.
And yeah, if I had a golden toilet seat, I'd be at home shitting on it. You know what I'm saying?